Hello, this is a tarot card reading for Reddit user Ocana180. Today we'll be using the Aquarian deck. My deck is in Italian, and while I do not speak Italian per se, I have been reading with other decks in this deck for quite some time, so I'm confident with my abilities in it. We'll be using the 7-card horseshoe spread. The reason I like this spread is it's relatively extensive. It really gives us a decent amount of information about the situation. But instead of other spreads which either do not use a card to represent you, the current, or I select one based on the information you've given me, this deck actually gives us a card to represent you. So we really have the deck's true insight on you and your attitude in the situation. Your question is, of course, in regards to your money in the upcoming year. I understand you have some small projects or businesses you're interested in starting, and you want to know if you'll be able to save and achieve those goals. The first card in this spread is the card that represents the past. And here we have the Lovers. I think this is one of the cards that confuses most newcomers to the tarot. It really has nothing to do with love or being in love or sexuality. What this card really shows is a conflict between spiritual or inner or higher pursuits and outer physical monetary pursuits. So I see here in the past that money wasn't your main focus. You are interested in personal growth and moving forward in your life. The second card we have represents the present. This is the 5 of Pentacles. And what I see here really emphasizes what we just discovered in your past card, the Lovers, in regards to your previous emphasis on spirituality. In the 5 of Pentacles, I see a spiritual loss as you move from your inner growth to pursuing finances, saving money, and starting these projects. What I would suggest you do is attempt to strike a healthy balance. At the end of the day, your inner growth and development is what matters most. So don't neglect the previous exploration and growth you've done, and I would suggest to continue it or at least keep it in your mind as you move forward on this financial pursuit. The next card we have represents hidden influences on the situation, so something you may not be aware that is going on, or you may not understand how deeply it's influencing the situation. And here we have the 8 of Wands. Again, it really brings us back to what we saw here with the Lovers and the 5 of Pentacles. And what I see here is a new passion. So I see you are on a new path. These projects are new to you. They're recent ideas. The idea of actually realizing them, moving forward them, is also recent. So I see a new passion here. I also see success in this card. So I do see that you'll be having some success in your new ventures. And another thing this card really represents is physical pleasures in general. So as you move away from the inner growth we had here in the Lovers and the 5 of Pentacles, or the spirituality emphasized by these cards, you'll be moving towards a physical state, both with the actual projects, the financial success, but you'll also have more of an emphasis on your body, and I do see you finding either your sexual desire has grown stronger or you're having more sex or a better sex life. Whatever that means to you, I do see that in that card. The next card we have represents, again, you in the situation. So this represents where the cards think you are as far as money and starting up your small ventures. And I see here that you will be successful. I see that you will carry out saving up the money, beginning the businesses. I do see the success here that we also found in the 8 of Wands. The next card in the situation shows what other people think. And here we have the Magician. So what the Magician shows me is, again, it really echoes other things we've seen in this spread. Specifically, you're moving away from the spirituality and the inner work we have in these two cards. What the Magician tells me is that other people think you need to... It's always hard for me to explain the Magician. I don't know how to verbalize it well. Other people are telling you you need to take stock of every aspect of your life. As we look at the Magician, we actually see the four suits of the tarot. We have the swords, the wand, the cup, and the pentacle. Of course, these are all occult symbols. That's why he's a magician with his tools, but they represent him gathering his four tools and what they represent. You need to take stock of every aspect of your life, including your spirituality. Only until you've taken stock of and taken care of every aspect of your life can you be truly successful. So what other people in your life and what other aspects of the cards are telling me is don't neglect the spirituality. You may shift your focus to the physical, to your business, and to your sex life, but don't neglect this. The next card we have is the Knight of Swords, and this card represents the deck's advice for you. So here, what I really see is that as you go on this journey of trying to balance the spiritual, the financial, and pursuing these new companies and your success, don't lose the spiritual growth you found. Don't replace it with the financial growth inside of you. And don't neglect your intuition. If while you're on this path, something comes up that you don't like, don't push it aside. Accept the truth that your intuition is giving you. Just accept things for what they are. Don't make excuses. Don't try to fog the inner growth you had that may provide truths you may not be comfortable with. And the next card is the outcome in the spread. And here we have the King of Pentacles. And what he shows me is you will be successful in saving your money and pursuing your businesses, as we saw with the Eight of Wands and the World card. So overall, what the spread is telling me again is you will be able to save your money, you will be able to pursue your financial goals, but don't neglect all this great inner and spiritual work you did. And if something comes up that makes you uncomfortable, face it, work through it, don't deny it. I see in this card that if you choose to deny it, you really will start losing that spiritual growth you've worked so hard to achieve. Thank you again for letting me read for you, and best of luck to you in your pursuits.